Thanks for staying with us. Now, getting on the property ladder can seem a distant dream these days, but with Virgin Media's new series, Help Me Buy a Home, they're looking to make that dream a reality.
Before we chat to buyer's agent Liz O'Kane and show participant Sarah Rossney, let's take a look at their discussion around Sarah's finances.
Have you ever owned a home before, Sarah?
I'm a first-time buyer.
You're a first-time buyer?
Yeah.
All right. You said that you're up for a doer-upper.
I don't mind moving in with the view to next year being able to actually do a renovation job. I just don't really want to
How are you going to fund that?
I guess we're going to sell the family home that I'm in. I have siblings, and it is too big for me to stay in. Like, it's not my forever home, much as I adore it.
At €345,000, it's going to be difficult. I'm just asking you to have an open mind.
What was going on here?
Again?
And Liz is like this. Hello, good morning. It is lovely to have you here. Thanks so much for coming in. So, Sarah, get us up to speed. What sort of house were you looking for, and how hard had it been to try to find something?
I was just looking for the typical ex-council house, 2-bedroom, 2-storey, in around the Dublin 12 area. I wasn't looking for 5 bedrooms and an infinity pool. It was just literally something that I wanted for me and my 2 girls.
And how difficult was it? How were you finding it?
It was very difficult, you know, and it was when I was getting outbid on house number 7 to bid on.
Wow.
That's when I thought, you know, I'm not actually going to make it here on my own. You know, it was up for 295,000 and it closed at 430,000. So that's 135,000 over the asking price, and that's when I thought, okay, I need some help here.
The desolation that you feel in moments like that, when you continually go in houses and you're just like, well, this is going to go up 100 grand. Why am I walking through the door?
It's so frustrating, you know, and you even start seeing the same faces at the viewings because you're looking at the same price bracket in the same location.
The same people are looking. And was the location very important to you? You wanted to stay around that location?
Yeah, I did want to stay around that location. I did like it there. I do have friends and like family there, so I didn't want to have to be constantly in my car travelling to see people and doing things.
And you are a single parent.
Yeah.
And at one stage you had to move back into the family home.
Yeah, I did. I moved back in with my dad, and he was glad to have us and it was great to be there, but I thought I was only going to be there for a few weeks, and a few weeks turned into a few months, and then that turned into 2 years, you know.
2 years.
Yeah.
Liz, can we talk to you then, because people are seeing this situation all over, being outbid, like over 100,000 more than the asking price. Like, that's just crazy. How are people actually surviving this at the moment? Like, when you're going out mentally to get through that?
I don't even think survival is the word, Alan, to be honest with you. It's attempting to achieve something that seems beyond your belief. Yes, the banks are lending. Yes, the bank will lend. OK, so there you have your letter. You've got your approval in principle. Now, what do I do? All right. And the approval in principle is generally for 24 to 52 weeks. So thereabouts 1 year.
Yeah.
And if you have been unsuccessful in the marketplace and you're coming to the end of your approval in principle, panic sets in. You must have had to reapply.
So I'm on my 3rd mortgage approval. So that's, because that's what extends the process then, because everything goes out of date. So you have to start getting all your documents.
So
and in that time, you're going, I'm going to have to go back for approval again. Don't spend, don't do this, don't do that, don't do anything. So as the bank see, I'm saving, saving.
And you're constantly having to demonstrate your repayment capacity.
Yes.
You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Liz, 100,000 over an asking price.
No surprise, Alan. No surprise. Honestly, no surprise. And I don't mean that in an arrogant way or in a flippant manner. That's not what I mean. No surprise. If you see a launch price on a property today, particularly within the capital where it's high density, and generally speaking, this is where the jobs are. We're on the East Coast, we're in the capital. You are talking at a minimum between 10 to 20% above launch prices.
So should everybody be looking at that? Don't look at that price. If you're going to buy or look for a house, don't even look at that. Have another figure in your head.
I believe that any potential purchaser who's out there in the marketplace right now will look at a launch price and add on 10% in their brain immediately.
Yep.
Just knowing yourself.
Yep.
Absolutely.
You're never going to get it for that.
Immediately.
But is this an issue? Because we know from all the surveys, myhome.ie, 15% of homes are being sold for 20% over the asking price. I know that it's always been a bit of the Wild West. We don't know what's going on. And an awful lot of estate agents are like, we don't expect these houses to be getting this. But do we have to start going, right, we know these houses are going for this much. Do we have to start pricing them properly? Do you think that they have to be like priced
I
higher?
honestly, I feel for traditional sales agents. I genuinely feel for them. Because stock, it's the same mantra. Here we go again, the same mantra over and over again. Stock is so low and the appetite to purchase is so high, it is so competitive. And some of the prices that are being achieved is shocking. Now, how do we fix this? I swear to God, I cannot answer that question. And I don't believe that anybody else can either, right? But what I do know is this. What goes up must come down.
Yeah, eventually.
And right now, there is no indication of that.
That is coming in. Sarah, can I ask you then, without giving too much away, because we want to see it on Sunday and we want to know what happens, how was meeting Liz and getting her knowledge help? How did that help you? Give it the nudge. I was absolutely fabulous.
I know. There was a definite comfort in it because as a sole applicant, you're doing everything yourself and you're making those decisions on your own. You know, will I go for that extra $5,000 in the bid and the increase? Can I take that on board? Whereas when I met Liz, she was like, I'm this buyer's agent. I have 20 years experience. Leave it to me. Yeah. You know, and that was great to be able to have that, you know.
And when you're a single parent as well, to have someone to kind of bounce stuff off.
Yeah.
Because it's not our job, it's your job. What, Liz, right now, what would be, you know, the piece of advice that you'd give to the thousands of people around the country that want to buy a home?
Well, look, here's one piece of advice that maybe people don't want to hear, but I'm going to say it anyway. Everybody has a contingency plan. They have their budget in their brain and the contingency money to hold on for all the nice things, the nice furnishings, the nice furnishings, all the sexy stuff that you want to put into your new home. You're going to have to use that contingency money to get you over the line, right? You're going to need it. But here's the upside. The upside is that the conveyancing process is so antiquated in this country that it will take anything from 12 to 24 weeks at best before you get the keys. And in that period of time, if you're already a saver, you'll be resaving your contingency.
Yeah, you have a little bit.
We don't... I have Americans arriving into the country right now who think that they're going to land on a Monday and be sale agreed on a Friday, and I'm going, no, lads, that's not going to happen.
Do you know,
Americans landing into the country, that's interesting as well, isn't it?
We'd love to hear from you.
Not that many.
Not that many, okay.
Not
as many.
We'd love to hear from you at home as well this morning on this. Have you had problems buying a house? Have you been outbid? Let us know 0896 111 111 because we'd love to hear from you on this topic.
You have a smile though, don't you, Sarah?
I do.
She does have a smile.
So at 8 o'clock on Sunday, Help Me Buy a Home, Season 2, Sunday at 8 o'clock on Virgin Media 1. We'll be watching.
And we get to have a go inside your house.
Yeah.
Yay! Look at that's all I want. I want to go see the houses, Liz. And you're going all over the country.
I'm wrecked.
She's wrecked from it.
We
Loads
wrapped
of houses.
yesterday.
Oh, well done.
On to the next one, yeah.
A pleasure to have
Amazing
you.
experience.
It's lovely. Liz O'Kane, buyer's agent, and Sarah Rossney from Help Me Buy a Home, one of the participants. Thank you so much for joining us.